The United Nations says that more than 5 million people have fled the country since the start of the war. Officials saying more than half of the refugees moved into Poland. In addition to those refugees, the UN says that more than 7 million Ukrainians have been displaced. The announcement coming as a humanitarian corridor opens up in Mariupol. Ukraine hopes to evacuate 6,000 women, children, and elderly out of the city before it falls to Russian forces. Russia is already making new gains in the eastern part of the country, including seizing the city of Kreminna. Yes, Allison Harris live at the White House as President Biden prepares a new round of military aid. Allison, good morning.
Good morning, Adrienne. The president and the Pentagon are insisting that the U.S. will send more weapons to Ukraine to help the country defend itself against a Russian onslaught that is once again intensifying. President Biden promising more military aid for Ukraine.
Mr. President, will you be sending more artillery to Ukraine?
Yes. After a call with allied leaders, the president speaking about providing more ammunition and security assistance to Ukraine, the Pentagon backing him up.
Our main focus is on helping Ukraine defend itself.
Saying Ukraine is right now receiving more aircraft and spare parts. The Pentagon not getting into specifics on what kind of aircraft Ukraine is getting, nor where the aid is coming from.
I would just say, without getting into what other nations are providing, that they have received additional platforms and parts to be able to increase their fleet size, their aircraft fleet size.
Overnight, the Russian offensive now in the east, in the Donbas region, is escalating, with Russia adding more combat units in Ukraine. Capturing Kreminna, the first city claimed as part of this new attack. At the same time, to the south in Mariupol, Ukrainian fighters are still taking a stand in defense of that besieged city that Russia is continuing to slam. And this morning, there are reports of heavy bombardment happening right now in Mariupol, as there are also reports of many civilians in Ukraine who remain trapped at a steel plant there in Mariupol. And in the meantime, there are still fears that Russia will resort to using nuclear weapons. You heard that from Ukrainian President Zelensky. The Pentagon saying just yesterday that it is still actively monitoring the daily threat that it believes, and it believes that the U.S. has an appropriate strategic deterrent posture in place in the event of a nuclear threat.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.